Hey folks, I'm in the office today, so I thought I'd get out a quick video about pre-construction condos because they seem to be all the rage these days. A lot of people are investing in pre-construction condos, and I want to educate people a little bit from my perspective as an investor and a real estate agent that deals in some of these areas. Number one, there seems to be a bit of a misunderstanding in terms of pre-construction condos being less expensive somehow. Pre-construction condos are actually more expensive to buy today. And that's because developers now are basing their rates on what that price per square foot is going to be when the project is finished. That's 2 or 3 or 4 years down the road. They're projecting on a curve like this, and they're going up here and they're saying, well, by the time this is finished, it's going to be worth about $800 a square foot, which is pure speculation, quite frankly. And that's why it's a speculative investment from that perspective, or one reason. So that's, to me as an investor, that's a very, very important thing. As an investor, when I'm buying something, I want to know what its value is worth today. I want to know what my costs of financing are going to be today, and I want to know what my potential cash flow is going to be today. And really, I don't have any of that when I'm buying pre-construction. So keep in mind, when you're buying pre-construction, it is truly speculation from that perspective. Another thing I'd like to clear up about pre-construction versus resale condos is a lot of people are investing because they've found somebody else who has done very well in pre-construction condos recently, and that has been the case. People have done quite well recently, and they're spreading the word, and other people are jumping on the bandwagon. And there's nothing the matter with that. It certainly has its place in the investment market. However, what they tend to forget is, I'll take a typical example. A condo, let's say somebody bought pre-construction, say 4 years ago, and now they've taken possession of it, and it's worth, they started at $400,000, now it's worth, say, $5.25 in the market, maybe $550, sometimes even more. So they think of it as, okay, I've just had that windfall of $150,000 in the last three or 4 years. And that's just like free money for me. Isn't that fantastic? I only put down X amount of dollars, and now I'm up $150,000. But it's not exactly the way I would look at it as an investor, because as an investor, had that individual bought a resale condo at $400,000, they as well would have seen those gains over those 4 years. However, not only would they have seen those gains, but they might have actually gotten cash flow, and they would have paid down some of their mortgage. So there's sort of some perspective, I think, that's been thrown out a little bit in terms of pre-construction condos and what you're really gaining out of it financially from that perspective. But as I said, what I'd really like to finish with is, if you're an investor, the biggest problem with pre-construction condos is you don't know what your costs are going to be down the road. You don't know what your condo is going to be worth. You don't know what the cash flow is going to be. You don't know what interest rates are going to be. And that is something, as an investor, I would be very, very cautious of. There's nothing the matter with speculation on pre-construction condos. If you have the money and you don't want the maintenance, and in 4 years you're going to flip that paper and sell that condo when it's built, there's nothing the matter with that. But just recognize that it is pure speculation. Okay? So please give me a call if you have any questions about that. I'll be talking more about condos and other investment strategies down the road, but hopefully you've learned something. Cheers.